This is one of the best music venues in the world. We play all over the world, and it's not the biggest, and it's not like an old classic theater. It was built a few years ago. But what you have here is 3 tiers of viewing areas. Everybody has a great sight line to the stage, and when you're standing on the stage, you have a great sight line to everybody. And you can stand up in the balcony and see the mosh pit and go like, wow, that's incredible. I don't want to be down there, but that's pretty cool. But the energy, it's like a volcano, right? This venue, I'm going to go on the record to say that I think House of Blues Boston is never put to better use than when the Dropkick Murphys come through once a year for their hometown stand. This is not to take away from any other bands. I just think this building comes alive when this band plays here.
Hey, tell them to keep it dark on this song, right?
He knows.
Brought it up. Even when we start singing without the music.
Guys, it's better than that.
We may have done this once already.
Groundhog Day, part 2.
Let's do it again.
Crowd seems good.
Go get him, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! Love you.
Wristband, Grizz got you downstairs.
Wristband.
I'm down.
Have a swell time! Let's go!
My name is Barr, and my role is lead singer for the Dropkick Murphys. I've been in the band for 16 years. Boys Are Back, you know, it's like a rock anthem, you know what I mean? To me, it's like, a Friday night, and you feel the excitement, and people are like, you know, jamming into a car, and we're going downtown, and we're gonna have some fun, and in doing so, who knows what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Sometimes things happen, you know, but that's why you're with your friends.
They're really loud. We should try them. On the break instead of laughing.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. I'm not about to drop any. Yes.
Trouble, the boys are back, the boys are back, the boys are back, and they're looking for trouble. The boys are back, the boys are back, the boys are back, and they're looking for trouble. The boys are back, the boys are back, the boys are back, and they're looking for trouble. Speed down the highway on 93, I'm missing my home and it's killing me. Down the ramparts, the tail, get it on. Roses for my ladies from above at the line. It's time to get ready for the song and dance. Let's go, my friends. It's time to take a chance. We're back in town. We're gonna get it done. You got nowhere to hide. You got nowhere to run. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back. And they're looking for trouble. The boys are back. The boys are back, the boys are back, and they're looking for trouble. Left, I don't
time, you know what I mean? Now coming up on 18 years. So there's a lot of memories, you know. But yeah, we started in a barbershop in Quincy. My friend Karen Kelly owned the barbershop. We got a haircut there, and we were talking about starting the band. And
How did you get your haircut back then? Do you remember?
the same exact way I got it cut now. The real start of the band was one of the many jobs I was working at the time was at night I would bartend at Symphony Hall, and I was working construction, going to UMass, bartending at Symphony Hall, and this kid that worked there had a band, and he was always like, you're always talking about starting a band. He's like, my band has a show in 3 weeks. I dare you to open for us, and I like a good challenge, so put together the band on 3 weeks' notice, really with no aspirations more than just fulfilling this bet and doing it as like for a laugh. And I had never played an instrument before, and wrote 2 originals in the meantime, learned 4 covers, and then we played them. We did it twice. You know, I think that was the whole beauty of the band, is that we really never really had aspirations, you know. Go forward to getting to, you know, play with Springsteen and all that stuff is like, whoa, that was never on the agenda. But like I said, I think that was always maybe what attracted people to the band, is we really weren't trying to do anything. It was just living in the moment, you know. When I first learned to play, you know, I had all the notes and masking tape on the back. And literally for years afterwards, we went on tour with the Bosstones when they blew up in like 97. It was like our first like real tour, and, you know, some of the venues are like 5,000 seaters. And we're going on first, and the lights would be down, and I'd be telling the stage guys, turn the lights up. I got the notes on the back of my bass. I need to be able to see this. And the stage people were like, calling all the other, you got to come over and see this. This kid doesn't even know how to play. He's playing in front of 5,000 people, you know. So if it went dark, I was screwed, you know. I was literally playing by numbers. And then one day, I don't know, 3 years into it, it was like, take off the training wheels, pull it off, you know, pull off the tape.
As you may know, I don't know if you've heard, but the boys across the street won the World Series last year. Pretty good time, right? Right. And the song happens to be about the Boston Red Sox. It's called Jimmy Collins Week.
We gathered here to bid adieu, us Boston Bulls, the last I feel. Some from crosstown, some from coast, to give our skipper one last toast.
Well, pour the good stuff round his casket, drop some corn into the basket, bow our heads and praise the Lord, and rouse ourselves and strike a chord. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lad that won the crown, that brought victory to our ground. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lads that won the crown. We're turning baseball upside down.
We hit 'em hard, we hit 'em clean, a pitching a big building in. Some make the burger, some hit 'em out. Remember over Freeman's Cloud.
Oh, sing 'em Candy, Cy and Freddie, Patsy Doherty, Broadway, Holby, Chicken Jack O'Brien, Honest Wagner sat there crying. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lad that won the crown, with victory to our ground. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lads that won the crown. Well, turning baseball upside down.
Great, and now that you have crossed the plate and scored that final run of life, we'll hug your kids and kiss your wife.
And tell them high and played the game and let us all wealth and fame. We'll lift our heads with one no voice and pay homage to the people's choice. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lads that won the crown, that brought victory to our ground. Let's raise a glass and lift it up and sip from Jimmy Collins' cup, and hail the lads that won the crown. We'll turn it baseball upside down.
Rick came up to us like, hey, would you be interested in trying out for the band? Like, yeah, what the hell? Sure, okay. They were my favorite Boston band at the time. Let's do it, So I tried out, and that was that, I thought of them as some kind of like hard partying, crazy, like drunk band or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, guys, I don't really party that hard. I don't drink too much, and I just don't. I want to let you know that I'm not going to be some kind of like maniac. Like like, well, we don't either. So it's like, oh really? Like, yeah, look at the lyrics of the songs. They're not glorifying drinking. They're warning of the pitfalls and this and that. Like, we're not some hard partying band. We get down to business and make sure we're good on stage. We don't want to be a mess up there. The show always came first.
I'm someone who's very aware that you don't just pick up a guitar and make a living out of it, And my father told me specifically, you could be in the desert with a gun in your hands. You don't deserve to not give 110% every time you get up on that stage.
Most people get in a band so they don't have to have a real job, and I, for one, always felt conflicted, like, ugh, I don't have a real job. And I mean, we would have band practice at 7 a.m, and the guy who ran there was a bunch of bands in the rehearsal space, and the guy would be like, you're the only band in 20 years of running these rehearsal spots that I've ever seen practice in the morning like this. And we're just like, it makes us feel like we got a job. And I think that realization of there's a million bands that can write better songs and play the songs better on the stage for an hour and a half. It's what do you do for the rest of that time, whether it be shaking the fans' hands, working hard to write music, when you can show up, and visit a kid in the hospital, or show up and play an event when someone's passed away. You can't put that into words how good it feels to give back.
Looking back on a past where we still had a chance, we were pawns in a game that we could not win. Now we're alone, just a pick and stone wedge, dreaming of a future when our ship comes in.
Somebody who's from here, how your music has become intertwined with the Red Sox and the Bruins, and especially the Red Sox. I mean, I think about it, right? Like, you have this 86-year curse,
And, you know, as they kind of get into this era where they've won 3 World Series, you guys are, like, so identifiable with them, and your music is really identifiable. That seems insane. Like, if you, like, 11-year-old you, it seems
Well,
to
what's
me like
really
that
insane
is insane
is that the only 3 years we've played on that field is the 3 years they've won. So we had never got involved in, you know, 03, 05, 06, 08, 09, you know, so any of those years. So when the curse first got broken, who wasn't? Everyone, it was my red sweater that I was wearing. Everyone was taking credit. And so we tried to take credit, and then in 07, I'd say...
You guys have a better claim. Just to be honest, you guys have a better claim
no, absolutely.
than the guy's red
well,
sweater.
but then when it came to 07, I'm like, come on, we played again and they won. And then most people were like, yeah, we just... And then after 2013, we're like, come on, this is, you know, the year of the curse, forget about it. That was like a religious experience. I was on the field. I was in New York for Game 7 in Yankee Stadium. I was in St. Louis on the field after that game. And typical me, I was with my buddy. We snuck onto the field. We weren't, you know, Dropkick Murphys never roll like with the legitimate passes or whatever. We're always like cockroaches. And, you know, we get out onto the field, and I called my grandfather, who was he's passed away now. He was 86 years old at the time. He had lived his whole life, and I got to be on the field to call him right after I tried to steal the pitcher's mound out, but it wouldn't come out. That is experiences you can never, you know, talk about just chills, you know.
Tessie is the royal ruler's rally cry. Tessie is the tune they always sung. Tessie echoed able through October nights after siren and installing the gun.
Sometimes when the game is on the line, Tessie always carried them away. Up the road from third base on in 10, my boss would always sing and sway. Tessie, I said the game shot when I had on the natural round. Boston, you know it's love, you bang your head and try to roll to your sound. Don't blame myself, we ever tell you. You know we couldn't live without you, Tessie. You are the only. The ruler showed up to the grounds one day to find the seeds had all been sown. We really never charged into the
Dropkick Murphys came on the scene in 1996. I had a band called the Bruisers up in New Hampshire, where I'm from. They used to open for us, and then they just blew up. Like, our phone used to ring. All the national acts that came through the club scene, the circuit in Boston, we'd get the call to do like main support. Suddenly the phone wasn't ringing anymore. The bass player at the time for the Bruisers, he had this demo of this band, the Dropkick Murphys, and I remember he put it in, and I immediately knew it was this band that had robbed us from all these, you know, these good spots of opening for all the national acts that would tour through. And I ripped that tape out, and I threw it across my kitchen. I said, don't ever bring that in my house again. Those guys are going nowhere quick. And that was just a lot of resentment and anger. I got back from a European tour. I had $50 in my pocket. I'd just been on tour for 5 weeks, had made absolutely no money. Not that you do it for the money, but the thing is, you leave your job. No job is really going to hold your place for you for 5 weeks, so you come back and you have to find a new job. Things were not looking very promising for the future of the Bruisers. My phone rang. This girl from Epitaph Europe said, hey, did you hear about the Dropkick Murphys? And I was like, what's going on? And she said, well, you should call Kenny. They got really sick and they had to dump off their tour with the Business, this band from England. I called up Ken Casey and I was like, hey man, what's going on? I hear you're sick. You all right? He sounded fine. He was like, yeah, you heard what happened, right? I said, yeah, I heard you were sick. What's going on? He said, no. He's like our singer Mike. He quit mid-tour. He just left the band. And I was like, whoa. That's crazy. I remember hanging the phone up and thinking, oh, they're all done, you know what I mean? In my mind, as I said, I was gonna go get like a factory job. I want to be able to provide for my wife. I want to do this, family thing, but I know that I want to do music, but this isn't working out. Phone rings, it's Kenny again, and he's like, listen, we've been having a really hard time finding a replacement for Mike. I went in and they had me sing this song, 10 Years of Service. I remember I sung half the song, and they stopped, and they were like, can you leave the room? And I was like, yeah.
What are you thinking in that moment?
I'm thinking, well, that didn't go so well. Yeah. I'm thinking that didn't go so well. I guess I'm driving back to Portsmouth in my Toyota Tercel. So I remember I went out, and then Ken opened the door, and he brought me back in and was like, listen, we love it. If you are interested, the job is yours.
Sitting down, hell no, we're gonna cause a riot, we're gonna rip it up, we're gonna storm the gates, this place is going up. Here we go.
we've always stuck to what we do, and I think maybe people appreciate that.
Wow, we were in Japan, and this kid said to us, I'm not from Boston, I'm not Irish, but you make me proud to be where I'm from.
We've come to find out that our fans are super loyal and dedicated. I mean, a good example would be on this last trip we were just on. This guy we know, Kevin, he's a great kid. He literally would hop on a train like a hobo every night, like bindle and stick. Train moving down the tracks, running alongside of it, jumping up onto it, like Boxcar Willie style. This kid Boxcar Willied it to like a dozen shows on this last trip. He's from Massachusetts. He was down in the South with us, riding this train from show to show, happy as a clam that he got to see us every night. And then, you know, during the stage invasion, he would come up and he would make sure everybody was okay and staying back and everything. And at one point, Ken was like, we should just give him a job so he doesn't have to ride that train anymore, you know?
I've seen them over 200 times. The band calls me the super fan. I don't know, but I'm a diehard fan. I go from town to town. I follow the band on tour. I ride freight trains and hitchhike and go from town to town and you know, just spend my whole St. Patrick's month following Dropkick Murphys.
It sounds like it's kind of a circus there. They're not like your average show, right?
Oh no, the live show, it's the live band to see. I mean, it's immersive. Hey, what's up, brother? What's going on, kid? No, I had a photo bomb you. That's all right.
We took a 3-4 hour bus ride out here. We want to see them again. This is where they're gonna put on their best show is here in Boston. St. Patty's weekend. This is where it's happening.
It's not our first time.
Second time.
What about you guys?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing Dropkick
This is my third time seeing them. They're an amazing band. They have a cult following everywhere they go, but when they're here on St. Patrick's Day, it's a completely different show. You're not only going to see live music, you're going to see performance.
It's the spirit of Boston in their music. They've been just basically the heart and soul of the city for a while.
Back in 2005, my wife and I and both our kids had gone to a Vans Warped Tour. I'm from Los Angeles, in the Southern California area. And we, as we were leaving, I'd never heard of the band Dropkick Murphys before. And as we were actually leaving, we saw the merchandise tent for them. And I saw the name, Dropkick Murphys. And that's kind of a cool name for a band. Bought one of the CDs, listened to it on my way home. That's the greatest thing I'd ever heard because it was kind of the punk rock sound that my wife and I had liked in Southern California, you know, the Social D and that type of sound, with bagpipes. And you go, bagpipes are like bacon, right? They make everything better. Most people at work that know that I go see shows and things like that think I've completely lost my mind, and my wife is convinced that I have. So,
how many shows all told have you seen? Dropkick Murphy shows.
I've seen. I think at the end of this weekend, I think I'll have seen them 80 times in I think 25 states and 15 different countries. Part of the music is, you know, we're having a good time. You know, they got a song called, you know, "Kiss Me I'm Shitfaced." But there's also part of the band that's like very serious about, you know, caring for each other, taking care of, you know, family and being, you know, true to yourself. And they have just the biggest connection to their fans that you ever see. I mean, just people are just crazed about them when they play a show. It wasn't just the same show and we moved 2 songs around or we changed the lighting on one song, right? If you came to 6 shows, you got 6 completely different shows. That just, to me, demonstrates like the commitment the band has to its fans, and the fans kind of reciprocate with that commitment back to the band.
Fight against war! In a town in Milton, one Brian Finnegan found a way to this money we spent. He had a big when it felt like a mannequin. He bought a free ticket with 2 funds for rent. He threw a big party for friends and relations in a grand old place called Glory Hall. And if you just listen, I'll make your eyes get another round on the rocks of the Finnegan Ball. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, learning to dance for Finnegan's Ball. Well, I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again. Well, I stepped out and I stepped in again, learning to dance for Finnegan's Ball. Great beer on tap and wine for the ladies. There was Indian sauce for mop for the old. There were ladies, grannies, recalls and daddies, calling us and dancing away. Brian Tully sang out in his finest form. The patron responded a line in them all.
months I spent in Quincy, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, learning to dance for Finnegan's ball. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again, learning to dance for Finnegan's ball. The boys were hammering and the girls were hearty, dancing around in couples of groups. An accident happened. Young Dennis Fleming put his right leg through his bitterness hooves.
This gal, she fainted and cried bloody murder, called for his sons and gathered them all. Christopher swore he'd go no further, no, he had revenge at Flanagan's ball.
6 long months I spent in Quincy, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, learning to dance for Flanagan's ball. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again, learning to dance for Flanagan's ball. In the midst of the melee mist, Corin's favorite cheeks by now were as red as a rose. Some of the boys agreed she was blasted. Had a few talk too much, I suppose.
Young Scotty Jenkins, so big and able, saw his back calling stretched for the wall. Called the left leg from under the table and smashed all the distance at Flanagan's ball. Boy, now this was a rumble. Myself took a lick from Mean Willie Weeks.
But I should have ratted that man in the Dutch and it gave him a terrible kick to the spleen.
Down at the piper nearly got strangled. They squeezed on his bellows, shatters and all.
Girls in the middle nearly got traveled and that put an end to Flanagan's ball. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Quincy, learning to dance for Flanagan's ball. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again. I stepped out and I stepped in again, learning to dance for Flanagan's ball.
Ironically enough, we were in the studio and our producer Ted Hutt was like, "You should write a song about your tattoos." And I'm like, "Duh, that's tacky.
You're like, "You don't
that's
get me at
cheesy.
all."
That's like, what are you talking about?" And but it was somewhere in the corner of my mind, and I was like, "How could I do that in a way that, you know, really is meaningful?" And that's probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written. There's some songs you write that what maybe you'll only see the kids singing the chorus. But then there's other songs where, you know, Boys on the Docks would be one of them, Rose Tattoo would be one of them, where even the verses, when you're playing, looking at the front, like everyone knows every word. The nature of what the song's about, it's about, you know, the tattoos that you wear on your body, telling the story of your life. It's telling important stories in your life, not like, you know, I was wasted and got a shamrock. I'm talking about like, you know, your favorite band, you know, that has that impact, you know what I mean? Or memorializing a dead relative or something like that, you know, or your children's names on you. Those are the things that, like, so I think when we play that song to a lot of people, it makes them emotional because it makes them think of the people in their lives, you know, whether they have tattoos or not, but it makes them think of the people that are important to them or that they miss or whatever, you know?
Tell the story, this life had many shades. I would wake up every morning and before I'd start each day I'd take a drag from last night's cigarette and smoldering Lynch grave. The crowd of
right off the bat, we wanted to connect the punk music that we loved and grew up with that traditional Irish sound and the storytelling aspect of the songwriting. And when we did incorporate bagpipes and things, it was all friends of ours who were cops or whatever. They didn't want to join a band, you know what I mean? They had a job. I always say Dropkick Murphys is a punk band with the Irish music influence, and the Pogues were a traditional Irish band with the punk influence, you know?
That's right.
What I had to learn is I was coming from a band that was based in like, you know, R&B, so it was like everything was being sung in the pocket. With the Irish music, everything's ahead of the beat, so I had to really get that. Even the punk stuff, everything's ahead of the beat, ahead of the beat, ahead of the beat.
The Pogues took traditional Irish music and sort of turned it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think we sort of took what the Pogues did and turned it up a little bit more.
The thing we try to explain to people, it's funny, in America, people will talk about being a plastic patty, and people will say, oh, you think of this, or you think of that. In Ireland, they just fucking love it.
How you doing Saturday night? People asking us all day, geez, how do you get the energy to do 2 shows in one day? And we say, that's because we come out and we get to play in front of 2,500 of the biggest goddamn loyal maniacs you could ever find on the earth. And if that don't wake you up, I don't know what will. You guys work harder than us anyway. Anyway, we're going to keep in the festive theme here and do another traditional one for you. The song's called Finnegan's Wake.
Finnegan lived on Watling Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd, with a beautiful brogue, so rich and sweet, a rise to the world he cared hard. Sees all of a tipping way, with a love for the liquor, poor Tim was born to help him on with his work every day. He'd a drop from the crater every morn. Let's go! One morning Tim was on a ball, except that him who was made him shake up from a ladder. He broke his skull and again in moments got to wake. Rolled him up in a ice sheet, laid him out upon the bed. Fell a whiskey at his feet, got a pot of lead his head. Wet put it on now, dancing about the up the floor, you're trying to shake. Wasn't it? Truth I told you, lots of fun. I think it's right. Friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan come for lunch. First they pop a tea and cake, bite tobacco and whiskey bunch. Beer up, rhyme, me can a cry, and I keep going down to the sea. Did I did it I? What the gutsy part of my gate? Wet put it on now, dancing about wet the floor, you're trying to shake. Wasn't it? I truth I told you, lots of fun. I think it's right. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. What's that? What's that? Whoa, whoa. Bill Compton got the job. BC said you're wrong, I'm sure. Being given about the guy with the left is falling on the floor. Then the wall is soon engaged. Woman and man to man. Kill always all the rage. Resurrection to be done.
Knocking the lonely raise his head on a bottle of whiskey fluid and a mist and falling on the bed and looking scattered overhead. Every bar through hallway rising, steadily rising from the bed. Way a whiskey around like daisies, tell them on down, you keep them there.
Oh, I put it on now, dancing about you up the floor, you're trying to shake. Wasn't it that true? I told you lots of fun. I'm feeling it wild. Oh, I put it on now, dancing about you up the floor, you're trying to shake. Wasn't it true? I told you lots of fun. I'm feeling it wild.
When we wrote Forever, that was when we first saw like girls like were coming to our shows. Like we did this tour back in 2000 with this band, The Bouncing Souls, and there were chicks at the shows, and we were like, oh my God, there's girls here. And the Souls would be on, and they're like one of my favorite bands, and I'd be watching them every night, and then their tour manager, would come up in my ear, and he'd be like, almost time for the penis show, Al. And as soon as the Souls were off, the girls would disappear, and the dudes would like take the front, and it was like, you know, and you know, God bless the dudes, but I mean, it's nice to see both sexes represented at a show. You know what I mean?
You bring up something that's I think a really interesting question, which is for you in particular, somebody who comes from a very strong hardcore and punk background, the idea of starting to write ballads perform ballads, sing ballads. Did that feel like a risk for you?
I was thinking about my wife when I wrote it, and it sounds kind of, romantic, I guess, you know what I mean? But, I am romantic when it comes to my wife, you know what I mean? That's why we've been together for so long. And it's like, to me, it's punk if it's coming from the heart, you know what I mean? And so it wasn't so much the veracity wasn't in the song, but it was like, it's the message that was like resonated with people was amazing. And to this day, it's one of our most popular songs with our fans that have been with us for so long. I mean, any one of us, you ask any of us, and they can tell you a story, at least 3 or 4 stories regarding that song forever, personally, where someone has come up and said, my mother was buried to that song, or my son got married to that song, or I have the lyrics tattooed on me. I mean, that's stuff where you're like, whoa. When something hits like that, you're like, you've made that connection, you know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing.
You guys feel like singing along in this next one? All right. We're gonna be up, a couple of us are gonna be up bright and early on CNN singing this one at the St. Patrick's Day breakfast, doing a tribute to the bombing victims. So if you're up early, sing along in your houses, I guess. But we're gonna do a little dust off here for that. Song's called Forever.
Seem to fall by the side like a discarded thought. All the days fading light, but I know that if I could just see you tonight. At times it may fall like we all tend to do, but I'll reach out and find that I've run into you. Your strength is the power that carried me through. I never mistook. I worried you off, and yet you understood. This life is so fleeting, these troubles won't last. It inspired me truly, it did from the start. To not be afraid and to follow my heart. There's a piece of you with me they can't tear apart.
Okay, Warriors Code.
Mickey Ward. That song, that's one of my favorite songs to play. I just love the way it starts with the guitar. and it's just the way it crashes in with the drums, and it's just, you know, something about that song just makes my blood like boil in a good way, if that's possible, you know what I mean? And it just gets me fired up, and if we're having a tough time waking the audience up, that one seems to do it. Yeah.
Put your fists up, Boston!
Black Velvet Band.
I think we were at some New York Irish fest or something, and I heard like some Irish band doing it, and I was like, you know, we were starting to delve into the idea of doing that song, and I was like, how the hell are we gonna arrange this one? But again, you know, I defer back to, you know, Ken and his master arrangement.
The Irish are funny. You could have the most downtrodden song, but about death and dying and famine and misery, and they'll still sing it with a fist in the air like it's a party song. But Black Velvet Band actually, you know, has such a, you know, it's about getting sent away to Australia, you know, on a prison colony. But man, it sure seems like a good time, you know. So, well, like I said, that only the Irish can do that, you know.
In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprenticed in trade I was bound, and many an hour of sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town. Then bad misfortune befell me and caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and companions, to follow the Black Velvet Band.
I was not so in one evening, not intending to stay very long. Well, I met a funny sometime, so she came tripping along. Oh, and she pulled out a bucket, she did right into my hand. On the very first night
fear. A gentleman crime has stolen. The case against us was clear. The 7 long years transportation, right down the Van Diemen's Land. Far away from my friends and companions to follow the black velvet band. Her eyes are shown like the diamonds, gifting she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up in a black velvet band. Sing it, boys! So come on, you jolly old road. I'll have you take a warning by me, that whenever you're out on the lake, beware of the pretty colleen, 'cause she'll fill with whiskey and porter until you're not able to stand. And the big experience you know, now landed in Benjamin's land. Her eyes shone like the diamond, you think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up in a black velvet band. Black velvet band! The Farm School of Irish Dance! My daughter Emma, my niece Megan!
Which side are you on? You know, when I do it, I do a scream as we started, and it's kind of like a battle cry, if you will, you know what I mean? And I think about when we play that now, it's funny because people will catch it if they don't know it. By the end of they'll get the chorus, you know what I mean? But then I'll kind of wonder, you know, I wonder if they really understand what this is about, you know, well, you know, it's about, you know, the early days of the unions, and, you know, and about, you know, trying to get some rights for the workers, you know what I mean? And just trying to gut through the apathy that I'm sure a lot of union organizers encountered at the time, trying to get people to care about themselves and about other people, and trying to unite people.
Scab, or will you be a man? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't scab for the boss, and you listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
shipping up to Boston, I think about Martin Scorsese, The Departed. I think about an email at 11:30 at night, reading it and going, oh, that's never going to happen, but that's pretty cool, because it said Martin Scorsese's doing a movie about, Irish mafia in Boston, and thinking about using, shipping up to Boston. And I remember thinking, that's so awesome, but it's never going to happen. And then, fast forward months and sitting in the movie theater with my wife and hearing the song and all the hair on my body standing up and just being like, oh my God, this is crazy.
You guys have a name for it, right? This moment where
it's called the stage invasion.
The stage invasion. So is this an old tradition?
Yeah, it started a long time ago, and at the end of the show, the band would just invite everyone up and stuff. But now we
crowds are a little too big now.
We get them up there, man. No matter what. Sometimes the stage just feels like it's gonna break. I don't know. People touching my butt and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Well, you were shaking it the whole time, so.
Yeah, we invite the girls up for one song, and they just go crazy. And then the next song, we invite all the guys, and it's just mayhem.
It looks to the average person, it looks like chaos, like you said, but it is actually very controlled. To the security, getting them to realize that the band is fan-friendly. We have a zero bully tolerance, and that we have that in writing in our rider, and they have to agree to it. For a lot of those kids up front, they get there right when doors open, and they hold their spot for that moment. All day, all night, I've seen horrible things up there. The things that they do to stay there that I probably don't want to talk about, but, they will stay there and not move for 10 hours just for that moment, And there would be a lot of people that were disappointed if we stopped doing that, for sure. And it's just become the spirit of the show.
Run up for half a second there. Yep, I'll be the last one. Go on.
Hey, if you bought a raffle ticket, the winning numbers are posted over at the merch table. Right here. I forgot to call the winning numbers. Right there. Come on, lady! I play in a band for the best in the land. We're big in both Chelsea and France.
Bonjour.
I play one mean guitar and then score at the bar. There's a line of chicks looking for their chance. So come on now, honeys, I'll make you feel pretty. These other gals mean nothing to me. Let's finish these drinks and be gone for the night, 'cause I'm more than a handful, you'll say. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and round in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only got her one round. I can bench press a car, I'm an ex-football star with degrees from both Harvard and Yale. Girls just can't keep up, I'm a real love machine. I've had far better sex while in jail. I design the Sears Tower, I make $2,000 an hour. I cook the world's best duck flambé. Quack, quack, quack. I'll take the pick of the litter, girls jockey for me. I don't need these lines to get laid. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her one round. I'm a man of the night, a real lady's delight. See, my figure was chiseled from stone. I want more for the gal, then I'll escort her home. Come last call, I'm never alone. I've a house on the hill with a red water bed that puts Hugh Hefner's mansion to shame. Oh, with girls by the pool and Italian sports cars, I'm just hearing this stuff for the kids. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her one round. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her one round. Yeah! Help me out, Boston! I'm a pitiful sight. But just give me a chance, 'cause deep down inside, I swear I got a big heart of gold. I'm a monogamous man, no more one-night stand. Come on, honey, let me take you home. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her around. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her one round. So kiss me, I'm shitfaced, I'm soaked, I'm soiled and brown in the trousers. She kissed me, and I only bought her
Skinhead and the MBTA. Most people would know, if you're from here, that's Charlie and the MTA, which was probably responsible for a lot of our early popularity because we played that song live well before we ever recorded it. We used to play at the Rat. The stage was less than 1 foot high, and everybody knew that song. And we updated it, and obviously made it a little more edgier. But right when we'd go into that song, the whole crowd would just bum rush the stage at the Rat, and that kind of became how that tradition started. I love to play the song. I love that, it's got that connection to Boston, and it's a really amazing phenomenon that it took on this life of its own with the stage invasion. When you hit the first notes of that, you buckle down because there's going to be a lot of people rushing at you,
Skin and I'm trying to get back for day. They pretended and they bugging people trying to understand the return of the unity. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. But then it's still unknown. They're running forever meets the streets of Boston. Skinhead will never return. Skinhead goes down to Gunner's Quick Station and reaches his which on mega planes. Walking up the set, Skinhead, I need a nickel. Skinhead punches him in the brain. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. But then it's still unknown. Running forever beneath the streets of Boston. Skinhead will never return. Well, all night long, Skinhead rides with the titchy woman who he can go and say, get a butt of a crack in Chelsea, baby. Oh, God, you rush me. But did he ever return? No, he never returned. But then it's still unknown. Running forever beneath the streets of Boston. Skinhead will never return. Skinhead and the wife goes down Scully's West Station every day at 2:15. I fill the open window shit. Skinhead and grenades and trying to fucking rubber and throw. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. His man is still unknown. Running forever in the streets of Boston. Skinhead will never returnn. Take a shit out. Boston round 1 and 2. We thank you all so very much. I'm skinny, so the trend. What's the big fucking deal? You want the bit, return the fucking trend. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unknown. Running forever in the streets of Boston. And his skin never returned. Well, did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unknown. Running forever in the streets of Boston. His skin never returned. He's a skin never returned. He's a skin never returned. That skin never returned. Is starting to fade, but it's now that I'm at my best. Give the angel on my shoulder a break for the night, 'cause the devil ain't getting no rest. I got thousands of stories, you've heard them before, yet I'll tell them again and again. Come on, pull up a stool now and buy me a drink, and please think